Hello?
Tony,
Uh, Hey, Danny, how are you?
I'm well, my friend. How have you been?
What's going on?
Well,
Uh,
we talked about what I do, how I do it. My partner and I, Jim, we are looking to build out some more stores in Houston, and it's my
uh-huh.
understanding through your real estate agent Harris that you went by and you toured this facility and you kind of understand why we're reaching out to you. You know, the place is not being
Yes.
run properly, which that's your business, but
But no, you know the rent 8,000 something, include triple net and rent right now per month. Can you handle that?
I couldn't hear a word you said. There's a really bad phone connection. Sorry.
Okay. I say that the rent there right now they currently they pay the rent pretty high, like $8,250 a month, include triple net everything.
So how can you possibly expect to collect 8250 a month from a coin laundromat?
Well, that's what they have before. That's the reason why, you know, they have a new buyer for them now. They have the new buyer, and they want me to
I'm
like
not
help.
sure what you mean by they have a new but what does that mean? The laundromat operator wants to sell the build business or someone is selling the building? I don't know what you mean.
Now the laundromat sell the business to the new people.
Okay, good. So why are you calling me?
No, you just call me.
You
I can have a missed call.
You own, yeah, I did call you, sure. You own the building, correct?
Yeah,
It's your building.
right.
Okay.
I
And
own
your
the
real
building.
estate agent's name is Harris.
Right. Uh-huh.
Okay. And my partner and I spoke to him. He called me. You had him call me. It's now your tenant, your operator of the laundromat has sold their business.
They about to. They That's what he said. But right now he paid me up to rent, everything. You know, he did not owe me anything.
Okay. If they sell this business for no matter what the cost is, 100,000, 200,000, do you know how much they're selling it for?
No idea.
No idea. But they're going to become your tenant.
Right.
My, I can't.
How
I,
like what you saying that with the business like that, the rent 8,200 they cannot survive? You say?
we're we're
Hello?
we have four different threads going here, my friend. We have four different discussions going. You're telling me that they are basically have already sold the business, right? Lovely.
That's what he say. That's what he say.
Who's
He
he?
he
Your
pay up to
tenant?
rent. He want Yeah, the tenant. He want a
Oh,
new lease signed
yeah, he
to
wants.
the new owner. To the new owner.
Tony, you need to look at who this new operator is very, very carefully. I'm going to give you some advice. And at $8,250 all in with triple nets for a 3,500 square foot location, you're not charging laundromat rent in Houston, Texas. You're charging Neiman Marcus rent where Kmart
Mm.
exists. And that's good for you, but it's not going to last, my friend. They can't, and if they're buying the business, then they're probably going to try to run it with the equipment that's in there and it's all junk. You're going to end up, and your operator comes to you and says, hey, I've got the place sold. So your next operator, your next tenant, more importantly to you, is going to be behind the eight ball because they won't have any money because they purchased the business. I reached out to you 3 months ago because I want to lease it from you. Look at the check. You can collect 8250 for 6 months until they fail, falter, stumble, go apart, fall apart like a Chinese balloon, and lose everything, or you can collect commensurate and appropriate rent from us for 15 years. The choice is yours. I don't have a crystal ball, buddy, but depending on what they're spending, if they don't renew and retool, why are they buying a business from an already failed customer?
No,
your
they
client.
didn't. The new operator can put in a new machine, everything.
So they're buying a business and they're going to retool it. What part of that makes sense?
Don't know, my friend. Don't know.
There you go.
What he's saying.
But you're going to charge them $82.50. Where did that rent rate come from? Where did you arrive at that rate?
That rate is come from before I bought the building. They already signed lease like that. Lease already signed like that.
Well, that's why your operator needs to sell it, because they can't survive at that rate of rent. They're so behind the eight ball, and you're just going to take that and move it over to the new tenant. It needs to be reset. I don't think you're greedy. I don't think anyone here is. But your tenant, you're allowing them to sell the business for X amount of dollars. I'd try to figure out what that is. I'd look at my lease very carefully and see if there are key fees, if there's lease allocation fees, because you have a right to know what that dollar figure is. Your new tenant is going to be someone who is already at a loss. I wouldn't want that. I think you understand that. I think you know it better than most.
Yeah, I do.
So quash the deal, bro. Look, I'm not here to tell you what to do.
Yeah, I know. But the point is that they cannot pay less than that, because the property is going to lose money if they pay less than that.
So then get rid of the laundromat.
Yeah, that's why. If anything, I get rid of the laundromat. I cut it out, and then I leave to a smaller tenant.
How long have you owned this? How long have you owned this building?
About 7 months.
7 months?
Yeah.
Tony, I want to, first of all, when you look into vanilla-ing the space and getting rid of the laundry equipment, you're going to have to put new air conditioning tonnage on the roof. You're going to have to tear up, and all of the concrete will have to be pulled in order to get rid of the drain troughs and everything else. It's going to cost you probably $50 a square foot to do that. You can cap the electric. That's not a big deal. But getting rid of a laundromat is not a simple matter. We might be 6 or 8 months away from you looking at all of that. And look, I'm not your counselor. I'm not here to consult with you. I want to become your tenant.
How about, if anything, but you won't pay for that price for the 8,200.
I can't pay $3 a square foot for a laundromat. That's preposterous. Because I'm going to.
No, that property is like 4,000 square feet, not 3,500. 4,000.
Okay, so it's 4,000. So we're only $2 a square foot. I need to be at $1.
Right now, currently right now they pay $1.25.
So where'd you come up with $82.50? That's pie in the sky.
No, because the triple net.
Well, I can't. Why are your triple nets so high? Are you removing snow in Dallas every winter?
Well, you gotta pay property. These old owners, they don't know how to operate, so they didn't protect the tax, property tax. They pay like almost $50,000 property tax.
Bro,
crazy.
You bought into a mess. And if you want this space to remain as a laundromat, I am your best bet. My partner and I are your best bet. You're not going to have to do anything. You're not going to have to deliver the space in a certain way. Your tenant, what are they, month to month now?
Yes, month to month.
So you have a tenant in this space who is month to month, and they're selling their business, and you're allowing it to happen. They're picking and choosing who your next tenant is. And if you're able to zap them for $82.50, they don't know anything about laundromats. I'll sign a lease with you contingent on the exit of this tenant.
How much did you pay? How much are you gonna pay me?
$1 a square foot, especially since your triple nets are so preposterous. He's paying $1.25 because he's topped out, because he's at the end of this lease. I can't help you with the dollar store or the pet salon or the nail salon or the yogurt shop. I don't know anything about those businesses. A nail salon, how do they run? They've got 37 cousins who sit and do work, right? Employees. A Walmart runs off of product. I'm different because I've got debt service on equipment. We are at the infancy of a discussion. You've owned the building for 7 months and you're seeing all the veneer crack and all of the problems and the issues. You don't know anything about laundries. If you sign this lease with this new person who spends $300,000 on a business and then expects to retool it, they will never be able to profit, and therefore they'll never be able to pay you the rent. But what do I know?
Let's see. I haven't signed with them yet. They proposed to me, but I haven't signed anything yet. You know. So,
well, I guess it's fortuitous that we called when we did. You're the one who's sitting in the catbird seat. You're the one who can decide whether or not they're able to sell this business, whether or not there are key fees in your lease. You've been grandfathered in with this, what looks like a mess. And whether you're replacing some cockamamie business that's never going to earn, or a laundromat, which can be a great business, we're that tenant. What do we know about microblading or tortillas or hair salons? I don't know anything about those businesses. That's what's there. We're the ones going to become the anchor tenant after we spend $500,000 on washers and dryers. I'll send you a letter of intent for $1 a square foot. Then you'll have something concrete to show to your realtor. Let's do that.
Okay. All right. We'll do that. Okay. All right.
You have my cell phone number, and I have his email address. Let's get it done.
All right. Send it to me. Let me look at it. All right.
You're a good man, Tony. Ciao.
Bye.
Holy shit. He went from $8,000 in rent to $4,000 for 4,000 square feet.
Ridiculous.
Stop smiling. Nothing's done yet. Dude, I'm tired. We leave tons of messages. We finally get the right person on the telephone. This guy's owned the bill. I mean, I can regurgitate everything that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So the letter of intent, I'm not going to start bombarding this guy with 12 months of free and everything else. He's looking at what he has there. By the way, thank you for putting in the notes what the other tenants were. That was very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
LOI time.
So no free rent.
Yeah, no.
Not at first, at least.
12 months free. I just didn't mention it.
Okay.
I think the nature of this guy that he's going to call back and say, what the hell does this mean? It's 15 years of term. That's what it means. There's no screaming, yelling, you're a bad person, your cousin's ugly. There's none of that in a good thing. He's listening to me because he knows and he understands that I know the industry, that I know the business, that I know what... He heard the first thing he said is, oh, a laundromat can't pay $8,000. No, nor should they.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, send me the LOI.
Yes, sir.
Bye. I prefer this, ladies and gentlemen, watching the YouTube machine. I prefer to get into reasonable discussions with landlords. I like Tony. I like his style. I like the tone and tenor in his voice. I like the fact that he's really listening and wants to know a little bit of something about a business he knows nothing about. So my client, Jim, sees my silly course, ingests the videos in the course, and he says, I want to do this. I want to change everything. I'm ready to do this. We get on a telephone consultation. He owns my cell phone number for life. Then he says, you know what? I'm going to hire you. I want you to start calling landlords. Then he plugged in the local stores that he had scouted into the Google document that you see my eyes darting around, a shared document. That's as simple as I can put it. And then he puts his nose to the grindstone and he works and he scouts. And I make a few 10-minute phone calls. When will you do this? If you're watching this channel because you like my hair, thanks. Means a lot. It's not why you're here. If you're here to see a fight, sorry. That's my short videos. If you're here to watch business get done and people end up scooping up absolutely free laundromats, I don't know what that store is going for, what the sale price is. But I know that Tony doesn't want that sale to go through, nor should it. Is this me ruining people's hopes and dreams? Nothing is decided between man and beast until there's a handshake and a contract and you're bleeding ink and losing money. Or you do it this way and you're earning. It's just that simple. Bradley says he's here for the laundry, but my hair is a definite bonus. Well, thank you, Brad. I have shit to do. If you haven't already, sub to the channel. You don't miss these lives. Grab the course. Do it.